Hey friends, hello, hello, it's Eden here. And today we are in for a really, really great treat. I have with us today Maya Gaddy from mayagaddy.com. And she actually is my personal mentor. She's the one who helps me build from scratch my teaching and mentoring practice. And so I just want to share a little bit about how we met and why I feel like she's such a good person for you guys to learn from. Um, I we ran across each other online, or I ran across her. She was, a star student in a program, and she'd done well, and so she was on the testimonial page. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so I reached out to her, or I signed up for something of hers, and eventually we ended up in a conversation. And at the time, all I was doing, I hadn't been teaching publicly or anything, was I had this ebook that I'd created, and I had put it up on this website, which shall remain nameless. And she was very direct, but of course kind and courteous as she always is, and was like, "Are you sure you want to put it up on that website? I'm not sure that that's the best strategy to go by." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I do. That's what I want to do." And of course, I did that, and it totally failed. I think I got one sale in like 6 months or something like that. And so then she started offering workshops and signature programs and so forth. And I joined, and eventually, under her tutelage, was able to grow my practice and my sales from zero to, low five figures. And so I really am excited to share um, Maya with you all, and for you to just have a different idea, because there's so many avenues to succeed in the beauty business. It's not all about you know selling products, even though that's a wonderful aspect of it. There's so many different avenues. And so without much further ado, I would oh, and another thing I want to say is that she doesn't do cookie cutter type program. She's very personalized, she's very customized. So everything that, some of my clients have shared with me, that they love the personalized approach, they love how accessible I am, and all of those things. Every single thing that you like, I learned from Maya. So that's why I really want you to start thinking about this, but in the right way, that you can do something that's beneficial to others, that feels authentic to you, but in a way that doesn't that feels authentic to you, and that has a heart and a soul in it. So you're not just some kind of a sales machine. So without much further ado, Maya, I would love it if you'd introduce yourself to our community and say who you are and who you serve.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, thanks for having me. So, I'm Maya Gaddy, and I help women create signature programs that really allow them to share more of their voice and more of their experience, more of what they already know with the world. It is my passion and privilege to do so. And my primary thing that I do, and what I'm doing year to year, is helping women really grow from where they are now. Typically, as Eden mentioned, they have some sort of business, something is working, into having a signature program that has a recurring income that will really allow them to support themselves and their family. So it's a joy and it's a lot of fun because, as Eden mentioned, it's not cookie cutter. It's always something new and different and fresh. I have a particular structure, a particular technique, I suppose, and particular principles, but everyone is different, and that's the fun part of it.
Yes. And can you explain to people who are new to the idea of online programs, or what a signature program would be, or a signature, like what does that entail? What is the breadth of the definition of that?
Absolutely. So, a signature program is really a program that takes what you already know, or a piece of what you already know, your experience, and allows you to package it in a way that you can serve your clients and typically leverage your time and ideally your income, so that you can sell that program, know how to repeat the process again and again. And so to simplify it even more, a signature program is simply taking something you already know, something you enjoy, something that you want to share more of, right? So whatever your voice is, that piece you want to share, and putting it into an online program so that your ideal clients can buy it and learn from it and get results from it.
That's awesome. I love that. And how do you suggest that people get started with a signature program?
You know, one of the best ways is to create a tiny offer or a tiny program.
Mhm.
And I say that because a lot of times when people start to think about creating a program online, it's like, oh, I got to have 12 different modules and all the spreadsheets and all the things, right? And I
Right.
think that, yeah, I think that starting small is much better, much more doable. It allows you to do a few things, right? So, tiny offer, meaning one piece of the puzzle, perhaps if you want to think about it, one module or one major lesson or one core topic. It allows you to actually test it out, to bring in to the fold your audience, right, and talk to them about it. It allows you, yes, to make some money, right, and to get used to making money, but probably more so to test out your payment systems and make sure they actually work, and to make sure you actually enjoy that format and the way you've put it together and decide how you want to shift or change things for the next round or the next way you want to interact with your clients.
And so, one of the things you're good at is helping people find a format that works for them, for their skill set and their personality. And I just also want to say, before we go too far, like, even though Maya is speaking to you guys and you all came to me because you are looking to create a beauty brand or to promote your beauty brand or sell a beauty brand, um, your signature program or your initial offering, your signature workshop, it can be on any topic. Like if you're an amazing carpenter or you know how to create homeschool curriculum or whatever, it can be in any area that you feel completely solid. There's usually someone who thinks, you might not think of yourself as an expert in it, but there's someone who needs that guidance and help from you. Um, so when you talk about people, a lot of times are afraid of putting themselves out there. How do you work with people to get them to find something that they feel good about? Like,
Oh,
what are
that's
your suggestions?
Yeah, so typically when people start to work with me, we have a clarity conversation.
Mhm.
And I hear good things about those conversations. I think sometimes people are a little bit timid because they're like, oh, I'm going to go in this conversation. It's going to sell me on something. And she has like this 4-point process. I'm like, no. In this conversation, we're actually going to decide, yes, if we're fit to work with each other and see if we want to move forward. But primarily, what we do in that conversation is really unravel what you actually want to be doing and where you're at with what you want to be doing, like what stage in the process. So I help people get really clear by asking them one. There's a lot of questions, but one question that I can share here now to help your audience and kind of give them an idea of a question they might want to ask themselves, which is, if you look forward 1 year from now, what are 3 things that you would absolutely love to have for your business, right? And typically we're framing that around creating an online program or, certainly building out your business. So, but what are the 3 things that you really want? And so typically people might say, oh, I want X amount of money. I want to be able to travel. I want to do this with my family, right? And so those answers are typically very unique, but then we really unpack those answers and talk about, what does that really look like for you? Okay, you want X amount of money, but what is it and why do you want that? What's the thing that you want to do and move forward? So get really clear. And then we talk about what's not working, right? So what's the gap? Meaning, where are you now between where you want to be a year from now? So that's a really cool conversation to have because it allows me to see where people are. It allows the person to really, although you might know where you are, it allows you to really get clear and think, okay, maybe I want to start on this particular thing in this way, even if I take a small step, right? So those clarity conversations are really good to have. Um, it kind of strips away everything.
Yeah.
Helps people get clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I found those conversations to be very clarifying. And a lot of times it's really important to have a second person who can see the full picture, either because they have the experience or because you're just so in your emotions or you're making it a big deal in your head when it really can be a lot simpler. So, that's one aspect of that I really enjoyed working with you about that. You were able to help me move forward by simplifying instead of expanding necessarily. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And so I know that you have a wonderful workshop set up for us next week. And for those of you who are on the sales page, you can just click the link and it'll take you to the registration page. Or if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a link in the description box that'll take you to the registration page. And if you're on Facebook, it'll probably be in the first comment. But what is it that people would gain from doing this workshop with you next week?
Yeah, so next week we'll be talking about the teeny tiny offer, right? And why you might want one, how it can help you and your clients, and truly what you can gain from the whole process and actually finishing the process. And I think the main thing that you would take away from having a teeny tiny offer is that you have something besides what you might typically offer to your clients, right? So it would be more of an opportunity for passive income or as a way for your clients to really get a taste, an idea of what it's like to work with you or your style. And buying that is very helpful way to open the door for other ways for your clients to work with you as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of everyone really doing this on some level, just because we're moving more into an entrepreneurial world. But besides that, these are skill sets that you can take with you anywhere. They can improve your experience in the workplace. Just the experience of conducting that teeny tiny offer um, really kind of gives you confidence and makes you able to interact. And you will find that it will come in useful in other areas. And also, it's not intimidating. It's short, it's an hour long. Um, the workshop that Maya is sharing, and you will learn so much from it. And I hope to see you in there. And in the interim, where can people follow you, Maya, if they want to um, get more nuggets of wisdom from you on a weekly basis?
Totally. So mayagatti.com/subscribe. There's actually a free training there that goes through my 3 shifts. It's an opportunity really to look at your sales process
Mhm.
and how you interact with and sell to your ideal client. So I would start there, and I am at Maya Gaddy everywhere as well.
Awesome. And you know what? Even if you don't intend to have any kind of signature offering in terms of a workshop, there are skill sets there that are very necessary for beauty brand owners that I see lacking. So just by following Maya, you'll learn how to do basic things like build your email list, like speak to your ideal customer, like figure out what they actually want instead of what you think they want, and figure out even who your ideal customer is. Just over the process of following her for a year, these things will start to make sense to you. So I encourage you to follow her regardless over at mayagadi.com. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the community, in the comments. Maya, thank you so much for your time. I know you're extraordinarily busy, so I really appreciate that you came to share your knowledge with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Um,